Hello and welcome back. This is my second video on my Sealine boat, and I've come down this morning just basically to check on the boat. It's the middle of January, and I thought I'd come and have a look that the boat is all okay. I'm quite lucky. I live 3 or 4 minutes away from where the boat is moored, so it's very handy. But I like to come and lift the engine bay every week and just have a check. And this is the engine. This is the Volvo AD31 diesel engine that you can see there. And I thought I'd do a quick little video because I didn't show this in the introduction video, the last one I posted. So here we are. This is the engine. There again, since buying the boat in October, I have done nothing apart from I explained about how I'd winterized it with the Sea-Safe antifreeze, and I've installed a couple of little tubular heaters, as you can see. Probably you can we have a zoom in on it. You can see there's one there, and then there's one over this side there, sort of thing. And I don't run those all the time. They are on a timer, and it's quite handy because there is a socket in there in the engine compartment for the water heater calorifier immersion. It's got a 1 kilowatt unit in that, and so I've obviously drained that. That's all. I've also drained the domestic water and plugged the heaters into that over the winter. I think I did tell you I'm also sort of having a bit of look around this morning, because you can probably see, I don't know how well you'll see this, but over there you can see a red 5 litre fuel can, jerry can, call it what you like, plastic, that's got a bit of copper pipe coming out the top of it. Somebody has rigged the Eberspacher heater up to run off that as a separate fuel tank. Now, the boat was boat safetied on an inland waterway last February. I don't know whether that was done. It looks as though that's been there some time. Maybe they took it out when they had it boat safetied, because also, there again, I don't know how well you'll see this, but if I zoom in on it, you can see the Eberspacher pump there. And the unit goes up. You can't actually see the unit. It's up between the void, between the side there. But all the fuel line is in plastic, and obviously that doesn't meet boat safety requirements for inland craft. We'll come back out onto the engine. So there you can see the fuel tank better there. Then there's a picture of it. So I'm going to try and change that. I have a little bit of experience with Eberspachers. I fitted before this boat. I had a Freeman. I'd had Freemans for many years, and I fitted a couple of the D2 warm air blown Eberspachers on Freemans. So I do know a little bit about them, not a lot, but a little bit. And obviously they always tell you that the fuel supply should come off a separate fuel feed on a stand. They sell a proper standpipe that goes into the fuel tank, and that's what I'm going to try and do, and sort of rejig it all in. I believe it's 4 or 5 mil copper tubing. I think it's 4 mil copper tubing that should be used with obviously with an isolation valve as the unit comes out the tank. Obviously, I had no problems. I just fitted my D2 when I had my Freeman boat safetied. Oh, that would be 7-8 years ago. And the guy who boat safetied it was quite impressed, because it's all in copper. I put a little mesh cover over the heater, because it used to sit in the back cockpit under the bench seat in the Freeman, and he passed that with flying colours. It was all in copper pipe. it's got the fuel shut-offs. So that's the first job that I'm going to attempt. Now, I don't know if there's any Sealine owners out there, of these small Sealines. I'm turning round now, and you can see, if I point to my finger, I think this cover here, it's held in with some self-tapping screws and it's been masticed around the edge. I believe that is the fuel tank behind that. So I'm just looking at basic what parts I will need, and then I'm going to drop that off and see what the possibilities are of doing something. If I can't do it, maybe I'll have to get a contractor in to do it, but I think I can't see it being too much of a problem. It'll be dead easy to run the copper pipe round then and clip it all up on brackets. I could be able to use the same pump. I think I have got a spare pump at home. I haven't even tried the unit because it looks to me so dodgy, and I don't know whether I haven't even leant over to see whether there's any diesel in that sort of 5 litre container over there. But so there we go. That's the first job that I'll try and do some video when I take this cover off and show you how we get on and what's behind there. And but that's the engine of the boat. It's the biggest engine I've ever had in a boat. The few times in October I run it started extremely well. I did have an oil sample analysed on the survey, and that came back, if you like, with a glowing report. There was, from what they can tell from analysing oil, there was no serious issues, but you never know. Obviously, and in a few weeks' time, obviously, when the weather gets better, we'll do a cold start, and we'll see how it starts. It was last run, I think I winterised it round about the first week of December. So it hasn't run since early December now. Obviously the boat has a battery charger. I keep the battery chargers topped up, the batteries all, so they're not flat. That tank there, by the way, is the waste tank. The sea toilet now flushes into that, and it's a pump out tank, obviously, which is a good thing. Obviously, as the boat was latterly used on inland waterways, I think obviously that had to be fitted to meet the standards again. So that's good. As I say, and that's it. We've got a couple of batteries. I think that's the battery for like the electrical items on board, and I think down here, if I pan round a bit slowly, we can see there's another battery this side, which is the engine start battery. So yeah, do come back. We shall be doing, as I say, a cold start, and then first of all, before I really run the boat too many times, I want to drain the oil and do a basic service on it, because I don't really know the boat's history. The oil does look quite dirty on the dipstick. So do come back. As I'm quite pleased, as it's a dry boat. Obviously it's got the outdrive, the Volvo outdrive to suit the Volvo engine, but there's no water coming in, which is good. It's all very dry, so I'm pleased about that. And the little heaters, it seemed quite warm when I lifted the cover up this morning. So there we go. Okay, please do subscribe, comment. I would love to hear your comments, Sealines, how you get on with yours. Have you got this engine in another boat? Is it a hideous thing? I've heard it doesn't particularly maybe like running at sort of lower speeds, and yeah, please do comment and let me know. And anyway, we'll be back soon with another video. Until then, bye for now.